Welcome back. You're watching DD India News. I'm Lipakshi Khurana, and moving on to other stories around the world. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with special envoy to U.S. President Steve Witkoff and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner in Washington on Tuesday. He's also expected to meet Donald Trump, and this will be the 7th meeting between Trump and Netanyahu since the U.S. president returned to office last year. They also met in Jerusalem in October last year when Trump announced a ceasefire in Gaza. Wednesday's meeting comes days after Iran and the United States held talks in Oman, after which Trump said another round of negotiations would follow. Now, the discussion is also expected to focus on energy issues and deregulation.
Tomorrow here at the White House, the president will host Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for a bilateral meeting. The remainder of the week will be focused on energy and deregulation.
Well, earlier, talking to media before departing for U.S., Netanyahu said that he will discuss a range of issues with U.S. President, including Gaza and Iran.
On this trip, we will discuss a series of issues: Gaza, the region, but of course, first and foremost, the negotiations with Iran. I will present to the President our positions regarding the principles of the negotiations, the important principles, and in my view, they are important not only for Israel, but for everyone in the world who wants peace and security in the Middle East.
And DD India's Akshay Dongre joins us for more on this. Well, Akshay, good morning. 7th meeting between Trump and Netanyahu comes days after Iran and the United States held talks in Oman. What do we expect here?
Well, what we expect is both the allies to actually, get together and plan the due course of action as far as the region is concerned, which has been going through turmoil for far too long now. But obviously, with the tensions already being there, as far as the U.S. forces are present in the region, the Israelis obviously have been, pressing the U.S. forces to take some more stringent action as far as Iran's nuclear ambitions are concerned. That also, will be pushed forward by the Israeli side. With Netanyahu himself meeting Donald Trump, it's going to finalize the course of action as far as the U.S. Military actions are concerned, whether required, not required, and in what sense the U.S. is going to move ahead with the sort of deal that's shaping at this present with Iran, with on many points negotiations taking place. Discussions among the Iranian regime as well as the regional allies as well. So what we can expect is finalization of the strategy with Israel's input. That remains one of the strongest allies of the U.S. in that part of the region, with Israel giving all the inputs as far as what can go right and what can go wrong as far as any kind of action is concerned through the U.S. military. So we can expect certain plans in the making, but no formal announcements obviously are going to be done as far as the nature of the meeting is concerned, because it's going to be highly confidential as far as the plans related to Iran are concerned. Though we can expect certain statements coming in, certain statements that will be given to the Iranian side by the US, but no concrete, in-depth definition of the nature of the conversation is likely to be released to the people. But it's certainly going to be about the major, action that the U.S. has been planning for far too long, whether it's going to be military action or some other kind of an action as far as the Iranian entire nuclear program is concerned, the nuclear deal is concerned, and what are going to be the major points in this deal. All that has to be discussed, by the U.S. and the Iranian side. But to add into the inputs, Israel certainly is going to push for more military action against its adversary.
All right, so we can expect plans in the making, of course, Akshay, but are regional developments, including Gaza and the West Bank, also expected to feature in the conversation between the two leaders, as Netanyahu also mentioned before leaving?
Well, certainly, as he says that the conversation will be on wide-ranging of issues. Iran is going to be first and foremost, but because it remains the biggest threat to the Israeli state. However, the issue of Gaza, West Bank, though it has been largely dormant for a few months now, but it still remains a major point of concern for Israel, especially the Board of Peace and the international peacekeeping force that Israel has had objections to the participating countries, including Turkey, Pakistan, and other countries. So we can expect a certain announcement coming on that front as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Akshay, for all those details.